Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn one of the most important concept in Java web development, servlets. Before learning servlets, we first need to understand what is a website, difference between static and dynamic websites, what is a web server, why server-side programming is needed, what is a servlet container, how a browser request travels from browser to web server. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand how Java web applications work internally. So let's get started. What is a website? A website is a collection of web pages that we access through a web browser using the internet. But not all websites work in the same way. Some websites only display information. Some websites interact with users, process data, store information in databases, and generate personalized responses. Based on this behavior, websites are divided into two types: static websites and dynamic websites. A static website is a website whose content remains the same for every user. Like Wikipedia website, there is no database, no server-side programming, no user-specific content, no data processing. Every user sees exactly the same page. Imagine a printed newspaper. Every person reads the same content. Similarly, in a static website, every visitor sees the same web page. Examples of static websites include company profile websites, restaurant menu pages, and Wikipedia. Let us understand how a static website works. The browser sends a request. The web server receives the request. Web server directly sends response to the web browser. The browser displays the page. Static websites have fixed content that does not change automatically. Static websites are fast, simple, secure, easy to host, but they also have limitations. Limitations of static websites. Static websites cannot store user data, no login system, no personalized content. Modern applications require dynamic websites. A dynamic website is an interactive website that can accept user input, process data, connect to databases, generate user-specific content, display updated information dynamically. Dynamic websites use web server, server-side programming, and database. Think about an ATM machine. When different users insert their cards, each user sees different account balances, different transaction history, personalized information. Similarly, dynamic websites generate customized pages for each user. Examples of dynamic websites: Amazon, Flipkart, YouTube, Facebook, Internet banking. Dynamic websites support many user interactions such as login, registration, searching, uploading files, buying products, posting comments. They also use database such as MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. Let's see what is a web server. A web server is a software that receives requests from browsers, uses HTTP or HTTPS protocol, sends resources back to the client. Examples of web servers: Apache HTTP server, Nginx, Microsoft IIS. But traditional web servers can only handle static content. They cannot execute Java programs. They cannot process business logic. They cannot generate dynamic pages. They cannot connect directly with databases. So we need server-side programming. Suppose a user logs into a banking website. The application must check username and password, access database, verify account, generate personalized page, send account details. A normal web server cannot perform these operations alone. So we use server-side technologies like Java servlets, JSP, PHP, Python and Node.js. Now let us understand the complete request flow in a dynamic web application. Browser sends request to the web server. If we type google.com in browser, the browser sends an HTTP request to the server. The web server receives the request. The web server checks the request type. If it is static content like HTML, CSS, images and JavaScript, the server directly sends files. But if the request is for Servlet JSP, Then the request is forwarded to the servlet container. Servlet container processes request. The servlet container executes the servlets, process business logic, connects to the databases. Servlet fetches required data. The servlet generates dynamic HTML response. A response sent back to the web server. The web server will send the page to the web browser. Finally, the browser displays the web page. Let's compare static and dynamic websites. Static websites, same content for everyone, faster, simple, and no database. Dynamic websites, personalized content, uses database, supports user interaction, and more complex. What is a servlet? A servlet is a Java program that runs on a web server and handles client request and generates dynamic responses. Servlets mainly work with the HTTP protocol and are used to build Java web applications. Let us see why servlets are required. Before servlets, CGI programs were used, but CGI had many problems. For every request, a new process was created, memory usage increased, performance became slow. Servlets solved these problems. Advantages of servlets over CGI: better performance, uses threads instead of processes, platform independent, secure, scalable, and better session management. Servlet technology. Servlet technology is a server-side Java technology used for building dynamic web applications. Servlets are part of the Jakarta Enterprise Edition. Main packages include Jakarta.servlet, Jakarta.servlet.http. Servlets run inside a servlet container such as Apache Tomcat. Let us understand servlet container first. A servlet container is software written in Java that provides an execution environment for servlets. It manages servlet execution, life cycle, sessions, request processing, and security. Servlet container executes Java web applications such as servlets, JSP pages. It works together with the web server. Let's see the responsibilities of servlet container. It can execute Java servlets. It can process user data. It connects with database, generates dynamic response, manages servlet life cycle, and handles sessions. Commonly used servlet containers are Apache Tomcat, Jetty, Glassfish. These servers are Java web containers that can also work as web servers for small websites by handling both static and dynamic content. For large and complex websites, a dedicated web server such as Apache HTTP server or Nginx is used along with web container. The web server handles static content, security, caching, and client request, while the web container executes servlets, JSP pages, and business logic. This improves performance, scalability, and security. Servlet container controls the life cycle of a servlet. Let us understand the life cycle of servlet. The servlet life cycle consists of 3 life cycle methods and 4 life cycle phases. First one is loading and instantiation. In this phase, when client request comes for the first time to the servlet container loads servlet class and creates object of the servlet class. Second one, instantiation phase. During the instantiation phase, the servlet only gets created and does not have context information or initial configuration details, so it cannot handle client request. In the initialization phase, the servlet container creates servlet config object containing context and configuration information, and then calls the init method to pass this information to the servlet and make it ready to serve the client request. This is the init method syntax. Here we can write initialization code like database connectivity, reading configuration data. Third one is servicing phase. When a client sends a request, the servlet engine creates a servlet request and servlet response objects. Then it calls the service method of the servlet by passing these request and response objects as arguments. The servlet processes the client request, performs the required operations and generates an appropriate response for the client. Service method internally calls doGet method for get request, doPost method for post request. This is the syntax of doGet method. It accepts two arguments, request object and response object. This method is called multiple times. Let us see last phase, destruction phase. Before removing the servlet from memory, the container calls the destroy method to release resources and perform cleanup task. This is the syntax for destroy method. Here we will write cleanup code like closing database connections and releasing resources. This is the servlet life cycle flow. First it loads the requested servlet class. Then based on the servlet class it will create the object. Then init method will be called. It will called only once in a servlet life cycle. Then service method will be called. Internally it will call doGet or doPost method. For each request service method will be called once. So this service method will be called multiple times. Destroy method will called when user undeployed the application. This method will be executed only once in a life cycle of servlet. These three methods init, service, destroy are called servlet life cycle methods.